Woman reveals bizarre voicemails after being stood up on first date. A woman has taken to TikTok to share a series of disturbing voicemails from a date that stood her up. Dallas radio host Mason recently uploaded a TikTok video in which she explains she had a first date planned for last Friday night. However, after waiting for her date for over 30 minutes at a restaurant, she realized she'd been stood up. The initial TikTok, which now has more than 5 million views, recalls that the man who stood the radio host up later called to explain his actions, saying his father was in the hospital. He then called again to say that was a lie and then proceeded to leave her an increasingly alarming series of voicemails.
I had a first date planned for Friday. I took a nap so that I would be all rested and fresh. I showered. I did my hair. I looked good. And then I sat in a restaurant for a half hour waiting for him, and he never showed up. He then called me 2 hours later to let me know that his dad was in the hospital. And then he called me after that to tell me that his dad wasn't actually in the hospital and that he lied. He then proceeded to leave me about 5 or 6 additional voicemails. I would like to present them to you now.
And it's Brad again. So it's been an hour, and I haven't really heard from you, which I don't think is very cool. I talked to my friends, and they said I should have heard something from you by now. I know you're busy with work and everything like that, but, I just basically spilled my guts to you and, was super honest with you, and I just don't think that it's fair that you're not calling me back. It's just not cool,
Not cool.
I'm starting to rethink things, and
What?
I don't know. If I don't hear from you in the next 30 minutes, I'm sorry. I just don't think it's going to work out.
With each voicemail the man leaves, he clearly gets angrier and angrier, eventually demanding that Mason doesn't put the voicemails on TikTok, even threatening legal action.
I think this one's my favorite. It's the piece de resistance.
Why haven't you called me back?
Oh, I don't know.
How did somebody do that to somebody else? I told you that this has happened in the past. You said you weren't going to do it. You said it happened to you, and it happened to me. That's why we got along so well. I have left several messages spilling my heart to you. All I'm asking for is a callback, and we could go on a date. I could treat you really nice. I really can. I just don't understand girls like you. I thought you were different.
I am the same as every other girl. Frightened for my life. Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
On Tuesday morning, Mason took to her radio station to play out more of the man's voicemails on air, only this time the man's mom also got involved, apparently inviting her over to dinner according to those who listened live.